Hello everybody, I will be playing Anhur this game in the dual lane with an Athena support. Very exciting, getting out of the mid lane and the solo lane, getting some action this game. I will be going up against an Artemis, most likely with a Wukong as her support. We'll get an Isis mid versus the Ao Kuang, Freya in the jungle for them, with a Kali in the jungle for us, and Ra versus Hell in the solo lane. Alright, so that's how that's going to break up. Little bit of that going on. Trying out some new builds here as I go into the dual lane. Picking up the pot as I do in the mid. As I do really like the clear it gives mid characters, and I think that will apply equally well over in the dual lane as I start out. Picking up the Devourer's gloves rather than the starter item there, as I find that it's not really that big. Getting the mana pot, as you can see, I went attack pot as well as the health pot. Getting the mana buff early on is going to allow me to utilize my abilities cost effectively, as I am fairly capable of doing so as a range carry. I'm going to follow that up with going back and hopefully finishing the Devourer's gloves pretty early on. Once I do that, I will be stacking that item. I'm going to skip Heartseeker, finish out my boots after I finish out the gloves. After I finish out the boots, I will be immediately going into Keen Size. So that's my build plan right now, as it lies. Just going to help clear this out, get some damage. I think Athena should have Hog for this. She may not be using it here though. There it is. So she picked that up. They're going to go rotate to their blue buff. We're going to come rotate up here. I'm going to pop the pot now to get the most time out of it, as I do not particularly need it with the first buff clear. I'm going to wait and not pick up my item yet, or not pick up my first ability as it is. And so we're just going to push into this tower a little bit, actually get some early damage on the tower. As you can see, I'm hitting it for a decent amount of damage already, with that pot added to my build. Also getting pretty good clear on this creep wave as they've split up quite well. Just calling missing left as Artemis hasn't shown up in lane yet here. Just going to clear that up. We do have a ward there, so when she does rotate in, we will see her. However, she is still level 1, so I'm guessing she has not yet left the well. Oh, here she is. Ooh, I missed that. Not expecting her in lane right there. It looks like this Athena is just going to help push up this wave with her abilities again. So now that I hit 3, I'm going to pick up both abilities. Didn't know which one I was going to need if I needed an escape. I was going to wait and pick up my my jump. If I needed a stun early on, I was going to go ahead and pick up that ability. However, I didn't really need either. I'm going to just continue get a little bit more harass on this tower and back off. Athena's going to take a little bit of harass. With the Devourer gloves, I'm actually already up to full health again from the harass that I took earlier. And this Athena is kind of just pushing up the lane. We're pushing them out of farm as they've gotten every tower hit that happens on a creep wave is immediately then going to be gold that they do not get to continue their builds. And I'm going to continue harassing the tower. Try not to take any damage from it when necessary. And Athena's... so we have a Freya over here in the left lane as she's rotated over, as we can see that quite easily with the ward that we have. Just kind of backed off there like that. I don't really need to be using my abilities anymore, as... sorry, just letting one of my buddies know what's going on. He's asking me. We're gonna queue up later, I think. So this Freya is trying to decide if she wants to try and gank. Looks like she's just gonna clear this mana buff for this dual lane, as they were not able to clear it up early game. I do have my ultimate available to me now, so if I can get an opportunity to use that, I will be. Try and pick up a kill, most likely on this Artemis. I'll just do a little bit more poke here and continue to clear this up. If Artemis comes far enough out of the tower, which she may do, we will be picking her off and may try and pick this Wukong off as he comes back in. I'm going to try and get a stun on him through that, just like that. Just get rid of his thing so it doesn't get any harass off of that ultimate, which he didn't really use to its full ability. He could have just sat up there longer and taken, get the full effect of the heal. So we're going to try and sit in lane.
I'm excited.
As long as I can. I believe it's 1450 is what it takes to finish out Devourer's Gloves. So we're just going to kind of sit and wait for that. Try and use my abilities less and less here as we go further, just to save the mana for maximum effectiveness later. Just continue to get that harass. Calling retreat left as we do see the Freya rotating in here. The Athena also saw it and called that out. Because we have good warding, we're able to see that. And the Kali was actually also rotating on us, as you saw, but she canceled that rotation once she saw that she no longer needed to be on our lane, which is actually a good call on her. Is going to continue to let us get the farm that we need over in this lane, as well as keeping her on her jungle route as well as she can be. Our blue buff is up again. Athena has now rotated out of lane to go pick that up, allowing me to get some solo farm here. So what I'm going to do is actually use an ability here to clear the wave to get maximum benefit out of that solo farm, and then I'm going to rotate over to this Athena to see if I can actually help out over here as well. So she's actually dropped the mana buff from me. I'm going to tell her I'm going to be right back because I'm going to go finish my Devourer's Gloves at this time so I can start stacking as soon as possible. So I got that, and actually I haven't need that, and I probably won't need it, so I'm actually going to go with Mana Pot and a ward so that I can help our Athena ward as well, just so that we can have full visibility of our side. As you can see, her wards do drop off after a period of time before she can plant a new one right now because she has not finished out the eye. So we're just going to come, I think she may have a ward as she rotates over. Yes, she is going to drop a ward right there. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. She's now rotated into mid lane. I'm going to call the Wukong because I can see him rotating over on the mini-map there. I believe this Artemis is wanting to ult right here. If she gets an opportunity, she may do it. So I'm going to just kind of position myself to be ready for that. And I'm also going to wait and use my ultimate to counter the CC. Although she is about out of mana, so I may go in on her here. I'm actually going to do that as I can see the rotations going on in the mid. I did not pick her off there, but I did put some damage, which is going to force her to back. Unfortunately, I missed a few of those and missed my 2 damage. The damage from my 2 that would have helped me pick up that kill with a stun. But I missed, unfortunately. That'll happen from time to time. And we're just going to push that up again. Artemis had to back again, though, and I got some extra clear. She's going Keen's Blades first, which is going to be more damaging once she finishes it. And actually, it's actually a really good item on Artemis because her passive is going to give her the extra crit opportunities. However, without any lifesteal, the current version of Keen's Size does not provide... Wukong just being a little jerk over here. Not sure where this Wukong's going. Athena's rotating on him, so I'm gonna just stay over here in lane and just continue to farm as I can. And I'm probably gonna use some more abilities here just to again keep the farm up, get as many last hits as I can to get my stacks. And I also get extra gold for that. And since we have the ward down low, I'm going to go ahead and place a ward up top for vision. It looks like Artemis is here. Unfortunately, I'm going to take some damage from that. Lifted by the Freya. Going to get out. As I've now taken an unnecessary amount of damage. Hopefully the Athena can... Oh! Get out. and I'm now in a very bad spot as I was not doing a good job of paying much attention. It looks like this may cost us a couple kills here, actually. Honestly, a lot of that was my fault. This Isis is going to try and land a Spirit Ball on me, which would have killed me. I'm just going to back here, though. She will take tower damage if she does try and rotate in on that. I'm just going to go ahead and pick that up. Had I been a little bit more aware of my surroundings, potentially could have gotten a kill on that Artemis, and might have been able to actually rotate a little bit better and help my team out, rather than losing both the Athena, who ulted on me to try and save me, which she did do, as well as the Ao Kuang that was also out of position from his rotation into mid, which he didn't necessarily need to do. His rotation there was slightly unnecessary, in that I was either going to die or get out, and honestly him not dying would have been more important for the team than me not dying in that situation. Because he's mid, he needs to keep up with his mid, and me being a ADC, I've actually been able to keep up with I'm actually 2 levels ahead of this Artemis right now, due to deaths and the like. And she's also down her main clear ability right now, so I'm actually just going to jump outside of that and not take any damage from her Tusky friend there. So she's using her volley right now. So we're actually, Athena and I are both going to rotate here as we push up our lane and try and catch this Wukong out, who's going to do his bull. So I tried to pick him up with my abilities and my ultimate there, and unfortunately, again, I have not been playing a whole lot of range carry, so I'm missing a lot of ranged attacks, which is unfortunate. However, if we get an opportunity here, we may be able to put some more damage on this Artemis, who's actually going to just kind of back off. Athena may dash in here, I'm not sure, but I should be able to pick up this tower, which we did. And now this is actually going to leave me and Athena very well open to rotate a lot more than we have been already, which is good. So I'm just telling her she can get out. I can hold this lane up quite well now that I'm actually quite far ahead of this lane. This Wukong is going to come around behind. Looks like he's actually got rank 3i, so he was able to pick off one of our wards there. I'm going to jump over this, see if I can maybe pick up a little extra gold from defeating this camp.
No problem.
Just letting her know that she's awesome. Gotta give your support some love. You know, they definitely help out a lot, so it's good to let them know that they're helping out and doing their job. Plus, you know, nobody gives supports love. Nobody wants to play support. Nobody wants to play support, so, you know, when they do a good job, you gotta let them know they're doing a good job. Credit where credit is due. Just gonna clear that up, push up that lane, and actually rotate into mid. As my ultimate is up and I have mana buff, I do have plenty of. Looks like that Wukong has rotated right, so they need to be very careful over there. Callie and I are making our rotations as we can. Unfortunately, I was on the far left side of the thing, as was she. It looks like they're in here. I'm going to pick up that kill with the stun. Quite an easy pick, as well as this Isis is going to be a pretty easy pick up for our team as well. We have plenty of CC. That was a really good rotation from our entire team to get over and save. We lost no one in that fight, and we're actually potentially going to pick up this tower. Artemis is left lane. She's going to do some damage to our left lane tower. However, we did just get 2 picks and no deaths and a tower to this, so I'm going to go. I'm going to head over there now. I'll finish up my boots, and if I have enough, I'm also going to start Keens, which I do not have. So I'm just going to go pick up another ward and head out into lane and try and get there and stop her from doing too much damage. It does look like she may be able to take this with her creep wave. Looks like she's actually backed out, as they do have wards, and she saw the rotation coming over. So that's good on her to get out when she can. She may still die. As there is a Freya rotating over as well, and a Wukong. So now my team is potentially caught out if they do not pick this up right, and a Freya ult could really be to the detriment of the team. So it looks like these guys are over here. I'm going to go ahead and straight up miss that ability. And Freya's going to go up in her ultimate and do some damage to the Athena. Had I not... Maybe I can jump here. So Athena and I just got out of position in there. And we just got picked up for it. I also missed my 2 again. Focusing too much on the communication and talking here than enough on the actual gameplay. Ao Kwang's missing abilities, and he's most likely just dead here as well. So we really need to just be careful at this point. Stop giving them unnecessary deaths there. So we do have a pretty good lead, and they're going to rotate into this mid lane, as are we, to try and help push them off of this tower and hopefully hold it. Our left lane's pushed up a little past half at this time. They are doing quite a bit of tower diving at this time. I'm going to pop my ultimate to stay CC immune during all of that. That was the whole point of that, just to keep the lane pushed up, kind of help out clear the wave and not take the stun from the Tusky, as I knew it was coming down, as I'd already seen it be cast actually.
Retreat! Beware the shifting sands. Be careful.
So it looks like our Kali was able to come rotate in. Athena and I were both able to get out. Athena's now going to go ult into the battle. Maybe not. She decided to back off and save her ultimate. We're just going to rotate back into respective lanes. It looks like they've got a Wukong mid. I'm going to go over here and pick up my mana buff as it lies. Kali's going to probably come pick up her speed, maybe? Yeah. Looks like Kali is going to come rotate and pick up her speed. I'm just going to drop a ward there as I walk through, so I can see rotations coming in behind me in my lane once I do get back out into the lane. And it looks like I may actually rotate into mid. And I will be dropping another ward actually up near-ish to their red buff at the same spot as I have it on my side, except on the top of this Gold Fury, where I do believe they may have a sentry ward actually. But I will still see any rotations that come into here. And it looks like I am now being counter-rotated on as I try to rotate over here. They de-warded us at the Gold Fury as they placed down the ward. And everyone's just kind of sitting, trying to position here. There's most likely going to be a team fight if anyone gets caught out. And they are all grouped up. If we could get an Athena taunt in here, I will follow that up immediately by a on her ultimate and potentially a good amount of damage as we kind of position around them in the mid lane. Trying not to get caught out ourselves while catching them out of position. Athena's getting ready to go in. I'm going to follow her and be ready without getting caught myself. Is able to drop a bunch of damage down on their entire team, picking up a kill. Looks like we may get a couple more here as Kali ults. It looks like Hell is waiting for that burst damage. There we go, to pick up the Isis. And if Kali can get out and they can rotate on this Wukong and pick him up as he rotates over here. So we need somebody to come this way and somebody to go up top. So we need to, just like how it's going, I don't know why the hell switched to healing stance rather than staying in the dark stance, but she could have potentially picked up that kill had she stayed in the dark stance to use her ability there. And I really need to go back to farming at this point. Their Artemis is starting to catch up. I guess I'm still a little bit ahead of her 2 levels. However, everyone is now respawning, so our team needs to really pay attention and not do what they just did, which is get caught out again. So we won the team fight, or I guess it probably went even with the last kill there at the very end. And then they just chased the Wukong way too far, as he is their support character, so he's going to be pretty tanky as he is. So I'm just kind of sitting there farming as Athena gets out. And Isis is now rotating over onto the Athena as well. I have maxed my stacks on my Devourer's gloves, so it's going to give me quite a bit of lifesteal. And it looks like they're rotating over onto this Gold Fury, so I'm going to rotate over here with the Athena. We're going to kind of position for this. See if we can pick this up. So I was able to pick up a kill here. Just try and get out. I'm going to use my Aegis here to kind of stay alive and reposition as damage continues to come down from both teams. Missed my stun. I'm going to try and get this slow off as Callie tries to jump away. Looks like Wukong is going to retreat. I believe they picked that up. We were able to get a pick on the Ra, who was their solo laner, and they did get a pick on our Athena. Looks like there's a lot of damage coming down on both teams. We may pick up the... Yes, we did. Missed the stun there. I'm going to pop a mana pot just so I'm ready in case there is another engage. Looks like Ra is already back up as he is level 15. He's going to have a pretty short respawn timer. And our Ao Kuang is dropping some big old AoEs that Ao Kuang can drop as a level 16. Our Hell has decided that tower diving is her best form of action here and is going to get picked up as tower diving is not her best form of action. Callie is also going to pick up a death and a kill in her tower diving adventures. I'm going to pop another mana pot and see if we can maybe pick up this Artemis when my ult comes up after the next couple seconds here. Wukong is going to drop his abilities. Freya is going to drop some of her abilities. And I am down a few levels on their people, and their Artemis is starting to catch up to me as she has been involved in several kills without actually dying a few times herself. So she's been good at staying in the back of these team fights, where I have done slightly less of a good job of doing so, and in that have died a few times. We do need some more vision. As this Athena is now getting caught out again and is potentially going to give him another kill. I'm actually going to pick up 2 wards and 1 sentry ward so that I can start warding as much as I can around the map just to be as productive for my team as possible. This Ao Kuang needs to be careful. It looks like they are trying to, they did just steal the blue buff on the left side of the map here. And so we're going to try and rotate on this. Callie's looking for a jump over the wall and decided that she's not going to be able to get it. So she's just going to go back to farming up that buff. It looks like we're having a jumping fight left lane. I'm going to go ahead and put a ward down here, counter their ward as I rotate through. And then rotate into this left lane over here. Freya has gone up into her ultimate and was able to get a pick there. Again, I'm going to come down with my ultimate here just to stop the CC from the Artemis ability. Pick up the Isis stun. We're able to pick up the kill on that Isis. Not going to be able to get over to that right lane if Rock continues to push it up. I'm going to back to make sure that they don't get any more than they're about to get here as I rotate over there. Looks like our creep wave may have held it off. Yes, Ra did back, in fact, and left that tower undestroyed. Had he come over and stayed, he could have definitely picked up this tower. However, he could have potentially gotten killed had we rotated. However, we did not have a good rotation on that tower as it was. So he did just lose out on picking up a pretty free tower there. But without the vision that they apparently do not have on this side of the map, it was hard for him to know what was sitting and waiting for him to push up to that tower. So he did probably the smart play, which was just picked up the tower and picked up as much damage on the tower as he could, and then kind of got out. Getting the tower down this low is actually going to be pretty good for them, because at this point in the game they can really just come over and tank any one of our 3 towers that are at this health level and just take it out with the team there. So what we need to do is be careful mid and actually not die. I'm going to rotate over here on that, dropping a ward right there as I go, just to continue to keep vision up as much as possible as I rotate into this mid lane. Looks like there's a few picks to be had in their backlines. As I get wrecked by all kinds of shenanigans because I suck at ADC. Wow.
Your middle tower is under attack. Your middle tower has been destroyed.
Looks like they're gonna pick up a fire giant here off of that. Honestly, that was really just bad play on my part. A little bit to the fact that I am low with 8 assists. Some of those assists would have been nice to have gotten on myself rather than on the rest of my team, which is unfortunate. I'm not sure what the Cali's plan was there, as they are going to now get a free fire giant and a kill on Cali. I'm just going to put them up even further than they already were. This Artemis is actually caught up to me and is only down by a little bit of gold, and may actually have caught up to me with that last kill right there. We really just need to stop diving them one at a time and letting their team group up and pick us all off, as they do have a lot of CC. So part of our problem is that we're kind of diving in one at a time, as I did as well on that first tier tower over here in the mid lane. So I'm just gonna kind of come back here, get a little bit more farm, as I did lose the. They just picked up Gold Fury right next to me. I'm just gonna go clear it off the map because I'm bad. I'll pick this up while I am at it. I'm gonna pick this up really quickly, rotate into mid lane, as this is gonna give me a little bit more attack, a little bit more speed to maneuver and get positioned on these kills. See if I can maybe stun somebody out, pick up a kill somewhere around here. However, we do not have eyes in the jungle to our left, so if we actually going to go this way, as they are going to pick up that tower. It's probably a little bit further than I needed to go, but I did not know it was lying in wait in the jungle over on this tower. And so, as I said, they're just going to be able to easily tank it with their tank. Unfortunately, this game we had kind of beaten our lane, and now we are out of position here. Just trying to stay in position. We're going to use the ultimate again to remove CC and just get shat on by their entire team. So like I was saying again, we're out of position. We have no vision in the jungle, and they're very much so farmed and have a fire giant. They're just picking up kills left and right here as they solo players on our team out of fights. From me to Hell to our Ao Kuang. They're really just picking out any damage that they can and just picking those players out. This Hell is going to get picked up here. And honestly, at this point, it's definitely game. They can push through all of our towers with this fire giant. Okay.
Is under attack. Your left Phoenix has been destroyed.
So they've now taken left Phoenix. They're going to go back, pick up mid tower. They're going to go pick up this mid tower. No, they're not. I'm not sure. Yes, they are. They didn't realize that they hadn't killed the mid tower because they're so far ahead of us. So they're going to pick up this mid tower essentially for free. There's nothing really we can do to stop them. And then they're going to just rotate over and pick up that right tower as well. So there's really no CC I can put down. I don't have any massive AoEs. to stop them, and if they want, they can just go take that right tower for free. I'm going to come over into this left lane, pick up a little bit of farm from pushing this up, but also we really need to push this up right here, so that we don't actually lose our tower, as that is definitely something that they can, or our guardian. Actually, Ao Kwang's going to be able to hold that, and so I'm going to rotate on the rest of my team. It looks like our Athena is going to get picked up right lane, so there isn't a whole lot we can do to stop her. Stop them. She got out just due to being tanky. They focused the tower instead of her. We're able to pick that up. We're going to get some damage down in the mid. Just going to use that ability. So one of my issues that I've been having this game is going to fall on the fact that I'm not picking a target in my ultimate, rather than picking someone and hitting them with all of the damage from my ultimate. I've been kind of spreading the damage around between a lot of different people, and so that's why I haven't been able to pick up any kills. So that's just a problem with my overall gameplay as a range carry. As I said, I haven't really been playing a whole lot of range carries in the super near future. And so we're going to see if we can. This Freya's getting very ballsy, so we're going to actually be able to pick her up quite easily here. Just make sure she can't get out. So I rotated across over her. Ao Kwang was going to pick up this kill regardless with his tornado, so he's going to have a pretty easy time just picking up that kill. So it looks like we're wanting to rotate to this fire giant. May actually get a pick on the Wukong on our way over. And right now we are down in kills. We're down in gold. And we're down in towers, but if we can actually get this pick here, that would be really big for us. It would, if nothing else, keep it out of their hands, which would be a big pick, as anything is. Looks like Wukong's going to tank this for a short little while, as Athena comes back in, but she can't really take a whole lot of extra damage. Kali's now going to come in. They want us to retreat, but at this point we should really just get this. Once you sunk that much time and effort into getting the fire giant, unless there's a rotation that you see coming down, which we wouldn't have seen anyway because we don't have any wards, but unless there's a real reason to get out, you might as well pick it up.
Hey, wake up.
But there's no reason to stop it there. We picked it up easily, so it was pretty easy pickup for us. Got fire giant. Now we just need to be careful and push our lanes. There's a lot of little Artemis traps everywhere. We should really be attacking left lane, as that is where they have. So I'm going to call that as I rotate over here to save this Phoenix. If we do not rotate over to it, it will get taken again just by just due to the fire creep push over the normal push. So I'm just going to come over here and try and be careful. Just push this up. This should be the last wave of fire creep that we need to worry about. So we're just going to push this up, and then we're going to be able to rotate into the other lanes after this, as the Phoenix will hold itself with the creeps that we have up already as we push it up to the halfway point. And the Phoenix is up to a little bit over half health. So now we can group up, and with the fire giant we will be able to push through the mid lane. And with an Athena tank we should have no problem just pulling out the tower if we can here. Damaging the Wukong is really not going to accomplish a whole lot. Looks like we don't want to tank the tower, even though tanking the tower would secure the tower here. Not a whole lot that they can do. Thank you for that. So a lot of damage coming down from both teams. Looks like we may be diving over here. So we need to not focus this Wukong, or I need to not focus this Wukong. Instead try and focus out the Freya. hit by that. I'm going to pull my Aegis Amulet and retreat. As they did get several picks on us there. Even though we did have the Fire Giant buff. We got no one and lost 2 players to diving. So one thing to note right there in that battle right there was that what happened was we had two players that went around behind to try and get those low health players on the enemy team, and while they were not able to do so, they did get picked off for that as well. So we need to be careful in situations like this where we are trying to push things up, pick kills. They are higher level than us, so they will be able to outdamage us. So jumping in behind them is not always a good idea. There's no one there. Artemis is in that area. So I'm just going to try and push this up and see if I can potentially get up to the Phoenix. However, they do have an entire team up, so I don't want to push too far right now. As this wave rotates through the tower, I'm going to push it out and let my creep wave push into it. Wukong's going to be here to pick it up. Yes, I am retreating middle lane. I'm well aware of my surroundings. I'm just going to put a ward down as a normal ward, but it will still give us some vision as they rotate into there. And as I retreat middle lane, everyone comes mid. So I guess it looks like we are going to rotate back into the mid lane. We really need to get some towers, and we've already lost the Fire Giant buff, so Fire Giant will be coming back up shortly here. Here's a Wukong rotating into my lane, and he's going to rotate left side. Here now, Kwang ult coming down. Looks like he was able to pick up the Ra. So I'm actually going to be able to take this, burn this tower down really quickly if no one rotates over onto me. It looks like they're not going to be able to rotate in time, as the Freya also backs out of this lane. And if we push here and are careful about it, we might be able to pick this tower up as well, as we force the Wukong to worry about other things. As you can see, with just a little bit of tanking, it's quite easy to pick up some pretty easy towers. I will get burst down trying to steal the tower there with a massive amount of CC, max range Spirit Ball, and a Freya's difficult kill. So it looks like they are going to get a deicide here, and that's most likely going to be game. As they push any lane, looks like they're going to choose not to push, but instead go for a Fire Giant pickup here. Which is still also going to secure the kill, or secure the game for them, because they will be able to push. Yeah, they decided, it looks like either they picked it up really quickly or decided that it was just best to win here. So we'll see as they file in here. They do not have Fire Giant buff, so they did decide just to go for the win here, which they can do. Callie was saying she couldn't even get close enough to kill anyone just due to their CC. But I would say overall that was a good game. And a really good example of just getting caught out. I got caught out several times there. Also missed a lot of abilities that could have really turned the game around in several different situations. One of the biggest ones was when I tower dove mid lane, got killed without picking anything up. So that was, I mean, I played very averagely. Could have done a lot better and carried my team a little bit more. I was winning my lane against the Artemis, but then when it came down to team fight time, I had a lot of issues picking up those kills. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it was a pretty decent game. Pretty close one there down to the end. We were able to hold them off. But yeah, let me know what you think. Obviously not the best range carry, but I am working on my range carry a little bit as I rotate out of the mid lane here, where I've been playing quite a bit lately. So thanks for watching. Bye.